Today, we're going to be talking about our calendar shoot for the month of November, Venom, and then at the end of the episode, we're going to reveal the final finished image! So for this cosplay, we had taken a poll with our viewers as to which Marvel gender bend villain body paint they would want me to do, and Venom is the one that won. So the theme for this cosplay was painful transformation. That's what this month is all about, is painful transformations. And I chose that because that is a term that a lot of people, like when they hear about that, they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. But that's wrong, because you do want to transform, because that means you're still alive and you're still like turning into something else, and it's even better, even though it's painful and it may not be easy or fun, because change is never easy or fun and it's always kind of painful. And you can be like Venom. If you go through this painful transformation, you can have superpowers. So just quit resisting it. Just go with the flow. Just go with the symbiote. That's what it's all about. So once we decided on the theme and the cosplay we were doing, the first thing we did was create some sketches of what we wanted to see, what we thought we wanted to have happen, some compositional type stuff. And when we were sketching this, we realized that this was a job bigger than Team 19, and we needed some outside help. Even though we made most of the costumes in-house, this was one where we were going to need somebody who really knew how to do some really great prosthetic visual effects makeup. So my friend Sig Neutron popped into my head as the perfect guy for this job.
Who is Sig Neutron?
Okay, so Sig Neutron is an amazing effects artist. Him and his partner Ranny, they do a lot of really crazy cosplays and really insane prosthetic makeups. And I've just been seeing them over the years at all these different cons, and we've become friends. Seeing the weird, bizarre, amazing, just super energetic work that he does, I just knew that he was going to be perfect for this. I mean, if you just look at his rock sexy and bebop.
Oh.
However, there was a potential problem with booking Sig for our calendar. He was on Sci-Fi's Face Off Season 7, and that was airing. And so we were like, oh my gosh, I bet he's got all this Sci-Fi Face Off stuff going on. Luckily, Face Off had wrapped shooting, and Sig Neutron had some time for us in October. He's been like super busy ever since he's been on the show, which was a little scary because we were supposed to have the calendar out in November. Cutting it a little bit close, but we bagged him. We bagged and tagged.
So how did you make the costume?
So the first step in making this costume is getting a life cast of my face.
What's a life casting?
A life cast is where someone puts a bunch of goo on your head, and then it makes an imprint of your head, and then you can pour stone in that imprint and then pull it out, and then you can have a stone mold of your head.
Why would you want that?
So you can sculpt on top of it, so then you can make a prosthetic that fits specifically that person's head. This is a stone mold of my face, taken by Sig Neutron. Life casting can be a little bit scary, at least for certain people with claustrophobia issues. I know a lot of big guys have trouble with it. I've heard The Rock does not like to have his head life cast because essentially you can't breathe, and it's all dark, and there's just all this heavy stuff on your head, and it's a little scary. It's a little scary for some.
What was the next step?
So the next step was for Sig to take that mold of my face and to sculpt with clay on top of it what he wanted the facial appliance for Venom to look like. He was sending us a bunch of pictures along the way. It looks so cool. I was so excited watching him go through this process.
Who is Venom? I don't know anything about him.
Well, he's kind of hard to talk about because there's like 30 to 40 years of continuity and it's a little convoluted, but I'll give it a shot. Let's go now.
Venom, go.
He's Spider-Man's greatest foe. Venom is the product of, you have a person and the symbiote, and they gotta mix together to get Venom, right? So the symbiote is from space, it's an alien, it's this like little gooey black mess that is conscious, and it has to bond with somebody. That's, it's a symbiote, that's how that shit works. So it's a bond with somebody, and then they both benefit from it. So it was brought back to Earth from J. Jonah Jameson's son, who was an astronaut. He brought it back on some mission. Things got fucked up, got down here, got on Peter Parker. Peter Parker was like, get out of here, symbiote, you're making me evil. And so when he did that, and it got on Eddie Brock, who is his rival. So then Eddie Brock was making a bunch of trouble for Peter Parker as Venom for a long time because the symbiote suit was pissed that Peter Parker rejected it. The symbiote suit is very much like a woman scorned. It's very much a fucking pissed off woman. But anyways, Eddie Brock is no longer Venom anymore, though. In fact, Venom isn't even a villain anymore. He's a good guy. He's Agent Venom. Flash Thompson currently has the symbiote suit. Flash Thompson, if you remember, he is Peter Parker's arch rival in high school. He bullied Peter Parker, although they're totally cool now. It's not a big deal anymore. They're totally friends. But Flash Thompson joined the military, and then he got his legs blown off in an accident. I think he was trying to save some of his fellow dudes in his squadron or something. I'm not quite sure on the details, but he didn't have any legs, so he was super bummed out. And then the government came to him, and they were like, hey, dude, we have the symbiote suit, and would you want to try to bond with it? And it'll give you legs to walk around, like, when you're in the suit. And he was like, well, fuck it, I'll give it a shot, sure. And so he gave it a shot, and then now he's bonded with the suit, and they're, like, super besties, and they have this really cute relationship. It's kind of adorable. But it's under control, though. It's not controlling him. Like, he's kind of controlling it. So he uses it to be a good guy and fight bad guys and do all that sort of stuff. Lately, Venom has been in some Guardians of the Galaxy issues, and that's been a lot of fun because, you know, Venom's walking around in the cosmic space bullshit, you know, and then the aliens are like, the fuck? Do you know what that symbiote is? Where did you even get that? And everybody's like, I don't know. It's really funny. They're like teasing the origins of the symbiote. So I'm interested to find out more about kind of its mysterious origins. You know, is there like a symbiote planet somewhere? You know? So the last step of this whole process was the shoot day where everything was applied onto me. It was my first time having a facial prosthetic glued on, and that was a lot of fun. And then his partner, Ranny, was there, and she was helping him out with the body paint. And that portion was really interesting because it was gelatin, you have to have it at a certain temperature. Okay, so it can't be too hot because it'll burn your skin, but then it can't be too cold because then it like gels up and then you can't paint it on. So we had to kind of do a process of heating it up in the microwave, putting it on, letting it cool, heating it up, putting it on, letting it cool. Overall, I think the process took about 5 hours to apply. So it was no small feat to get into this costume. It took quite a minute. And then after that, we came right upstairs and started shooting for another couple of hours. So yeah, it was a long day, but it was like the coolest day. Just wrapped our Venom shoot. I've taken the prosthetics off, and I must say, it was pretty cool. It was like having a blanket on your face. So now I get to go cover myself in coconut oil and then get in the shower. Fun fact, Venom was actually kind of created by a fan from a Marvel fan submission contest.
What?
Yeah, you had this guy, Randy Schuler, and he was like, I'm gonna enter this contest because I've got a great idea for a new suit for Spider-Man. So he was kind of modeling it after the Fantastic Four costumes that were like made out of like a gooey substance, so it could just form on him. And he had the idea for the black with the spider, although he said his has webbings and stuff. So he submitted his idea. The guys over at Marvel liked it, and they purchased the idea from him for $220. Jim Shooter purchased it from him. And then they took that idea and turned it into the symbiote. So, yeah.
So he got $200 for the idea of Venom.
$220.
Sweet! That's awesome!
Yeah, you can live off of that for a while. No, it was funny. I was reading the thing where when the third Spider-Man came out, and then Randy popped up, and he was like saying that he was just a little sad that like he didn't get any credit, you know. He's like, he doesn't want any money or anything. He just like he wishes that he got more credit, you know. But I'm giving you credit, Randy. Let everybody know your contribution to this awesome character. We salute you.
Phenomenal. That's what I would want it to look like coming out of my shop. You should be very happy.
Thank you.
Now, during this whole process, Face Off was currently being aired. And Sig would always have these parties, and we would go to the parties, and like every time we'd go, he would make it to the next round, and then he'd make it to the next round, and then he'd make it to the next round. And we were like getting so excited. We were like, holy shit, he's getting up there. And finally, he made it into the finals. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the finals?
The finals?
I'm here at the Sci-Fi Face-Off finale party, and I'm so excited to see if my dude Sig won or not. I don't know. He won't tell me anything, and it's really frustrating. And it's like, just tell me. I won't tell anybody. It's kept it shut, so I'm here tonight to find out whether our guy is the big winner.
Who is the winner of Face-Off?
The winner of Face-Off is...
And then he didn't quite win the finals, but that's okay. He won in my mind.
Oh, second place.
Yeah. I mean, the girl who won, she was awesome. Totally, like, super deserved it. But, you know, it doesn't matter because I picked the right man for the right job. And no one else on that show, or anyone else I know for that matter, would have killed it as awesomely and as epically as Sig did. So shooting this photo was only half the battle, and now we had to composite it and use Photoshop to make it look like I was not in my studio and that I was on the ledge in a city in New York or something like that. Post-production magic had to happen, and to have post-production magic happen, we got in touch with SpaceWolf of SpaceWolf Limited. He makes these
Sounds vaguely familiar.
amazing one card posters. He sent me this for Christmas. He sent me Groot because I love Groot. He's shown us a lot of his graphic design work, and it is killer. So we decided he was going to be the perfect person for this, and he totally was. He knocked it out of the park. He's such an amazing graphic designer. He added all his webs and stuff, which you'll be seeing soon. It looks so good. So SpaceWolf, you're awesome. So here it is, our final finished image of Venom. So if you want your very own copy of the Comic Book Girl 19 Magic Sexy Cosplay Calendar, you can get it now online at comicbookgirl19.com. Now shipping!
When is it shipping?
Now! Now! I already shipped it! Also, if you like this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr for all your Comic Book Girl 19 news and updates. Yeah. Whoa, beautiful.
I guess that's as far in as we
Keep
can
it
get
moving, keep it moving. We need this out faster. We've got 1,500 angry customers. They want this by Christmas. Put it together. Let's go, people. Move it, move it. Get that tape on.
Yeah, can it go in further? All the way up to the front.
And that's how we made the image. If you guys are interested in purchasing your very own calendar, you can go to comicbookgirl19.com. All the proceeds from this calendar are also going back into the show. It is supporting the show. We have a lot of crazy ideas for 2015.